Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Another Day in Paradise. So, uh, on the channel I've done quite a few Larry Clark reviews, and that's something that I like to do. Like if I like a movie from a director, I like to try to check out as many of their movies as I can. So Another Day in Paradise is, once again directed by Larry Clark, and it's been on my list for quite a while. I just never got around to watching it, but then I opened up Tubi and I realized that it's leaving at the end of the month, so I'm like, you know what? I've been doing all these Larry Clark reviews. I've been meaning to watch Another Day in Paradise. Excuse me. I gotta check it out, and I'm very glad that I checked it out before it left streaming, because I thought this movie was awesome. I thought it was really good. I was a very big fan of this movie. I definitely dug it. It was fantastic. So yeah, I'm glad I checked it out. I thought this movie was really good, and it's on par with, some of the other Larry Clark movies that I really like, you know, Kids I really like, and I really like Bully as well. This is on par with those movies, but I feel like this movie's never really talked about. Like when people bring up, Larry Clark, generally people think of Kids and Bully. Those are like, his two most notable, like well regarded movies. Nobody talks about Another Day in Paradise, so maybe I had like didn't have high expectations going in, but like I thought this movie was really good. I really liked this movie. So yeah, that's my overall opinion. Now I'm gonna give you all a little plot summary. So you got this young guy. He's probably like, late teens, early 20s, and he's, committing little petty crimes. At the beginning of the movie, he's like robbing vending machines and stealing quarters, and he, gets into this altercation with the security guard, and he ends up, getting beaten really badly, and he ends up killing the security guard. And when he gets back to the apartment that he's living in, he, he's there's this older guy, Mel, who knows him and his girlfriend, and he gives him some drugs for the pain, and uh, eventually Mel takes Bobby under his wing, because he kind of sees a little bit of himself in him, and also because he thinks like he can use him. He needs a guy for like this like heist that they're doing, this job that they're doing. So yeah, Mel, who's the older gentleman, he's played by James Woods, who he's in countless movies, but I mainly know him from John Carpenter's Vampires. I'm a big fan of that movie, and he's awesome in that movie. So he was awesome in this movie as well. Pretty much all the main cast, they were fantastic. But anyways, Mel, played by James Woods, he kind of, takes Bobby under his wing, and basically Mel and his girlfriend Sid uh, take Bobby and Bobby's girlfriend Rosie under their wing, and they're just driving around, staying in like motels, and going on this crime spree, and committing all these crimes. And initially, it's all good. Everyone, the crimes are going smooth. Everyone's getting their money, but stuff gets progressively worse as the movie goes on. The relationships between the characters get progressively worse, and just, the situations get, more hectic, more violent, and towards the end, it's like, the tensions are very high. So that is the basic plot summary. Um, the first point that I want to get into is I liked I liked the initial relationship between Mel and Bobby. Like I said, their relationship kind of deteriorated. That sounded bad. They're I can't enunciate. I can't pronunciate on this gosh darn channel. What am I doing? But anyways, yeah, their relationship got progressively worse as the movie went on. But I did like their initial relationship and how Mel was kind of a mentor to Bobby, and he like Bobby was already already committing crimes himself, but he was stealing quarters, making like 700, 800 bucks, and then Mel was like, I'm gonna show you, you're kind of into this, criminal life. I'm gonna take you under my wing and show you how to make some real money. So I liked the the mentor and protege relationship, and I think even though they're doing criminal activity, I think having a mentor is something uh, in life that's very important. And like at my current job, my current manager has been a mentor to me, like helped me get a promotion, has taught me everything that I need to know. Yet like she's basically been like my mentor. I've had teachers that have been mentors to me, coaches. So I think like the mentor role is really important in life, and it's very good for like young people, like a lot younger than me, like to get a mentor, like whatever they want to do, find someone who's like a little bit older and and has experience in that field, and like see if they can mentor you. But like I think mentors are important in life, and I've had some great mentors in my life. But I thought it was also funny too how it's like, he's a mentor, like a criminal mentor. Like because you typically think of like, oh, I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to learn this skill, I want to learn how to weld, so I'm gonna find a mentor. Like I just think it's kind of funny, like hey, I wanna be a great criminal. I wanna make bank. Uh, you know, I wanna be the best drug dealer. I wanna be the best thief out there. I need a mentor. I thought it was funny. I mean, whatever you're gonna do, if you do wanna, you know, become a criminal, if you might as well reach for the stars, try to be the best criminal you can be. It's very good to have goals. Like you don't want to just be some average criminal. Like you want to like compete in the criminal Olympics. You want to be in the criminal Hall of Fame. So what you got to do if you're gonna turn to a life of crime, you gotta get a mentor. So I really like that relationship, and any criminals who are listening, go out there and get a nice mentor like Mel from this movie. He'll get you right, and next thing you know, you'll be making bank, and you'll probably be in the Criminal Hall of Fame. So there you go. That's a word of advice from your boy. So you already know. Next point here. Okay. I really liked the depiction of like the crime lifestyle and the drug lifestyle in this movie, because it was very realistic. It wasn't really glamorized. Like all the drug use was just, it was so routine and nonchalant. Like it was just a part of their life, a part of their lifestyle. It wasn't like demonized or anything. Like that was just something that they did. Like, so they would just be, talking, chatting, laughing, and then they would, you know, shoot up their drugs. Like, it was just so nonchalant. Like that, it seemed like a realistic depiction of drug use. And in terms of the crime was not really glamorized because as the movie progressed, I mean, they're getting shot, people are dying, and it was like scary. Like it, I don't know, like you could see like, I mean, for quite a quite a bit of the movie, like Bobby wanted to get out, but Mel kept like coercing him into staying. But like Bobby was he's like saw the horrors of a life of crime, and he wanted to get out because they're getting shot at. They're seeing people die in front of them. They have to kill people. Like it was rough. So I don't think it was glamorized, and it was also realistic because they're not. It's not like they're making millions of dollars. Some of the jobs and some of the heists they made more than others, but like some instances they're getting like $3,000, and then that's like a lot to make in a day, but like is the reward really worth the risk? Like it seemed like not every instance, but like all of these like for quite a few of the crimes that they were committing, they were getting like shot at every time and almost dying every time for a couple $1,000s. So this was a really realistic depiction of crime, and it didn't glamorize it, and wasn't this like stylized um, depiction of crime where it's like, oh, that looks cool. Like it did not look cool. It looked like, man, I never like that's like a terrible life. Like I do not want to turn to a life of crime. Like like it got pretty disturbing. It got pretty dark as the movie progressed. So I like that it was very very realistic. Which I like movies as well that do have like the stylized, glamorized violence, but this was a nice change of pace, and the whole movie had like a very realistic feel to it. I don't know. It just had like a realness to it, which I appreciated. Um, Another point that I want to address is I thought the whole fight with the security guard in the beginning was interesting because the security guard just came out swinging. He had like a nightstick, and he was just like beating Bobby. He was like pretty much almost beating him to death. And I thought that was kind of cool because you know a lot of I don't know, I've never worked security, but I feel like a lot of security work, you're not dealing with like violent behavior that often. You're dealing with minor instances, minor threats, and then it's like you're filling out reports, you're filling out incident reports, you're contacting the police. Like I feel like in a security job, you rarely will have to like fight someone or like be in the face of danger where you have, where you could like die. But this security guard like immediately jumps into action, and he is like just he is just beating Bobby like crazy. Like he is just beating him to a pulp. Like I said, he's almost beating him to death. So I thought like, because that's the thing. It's if you're a security guard, like most of the time, 90% of the time, you probably don't have to deal with like a violent incident like this. But I just thought it was crazy that like the security guard just jumped into action, and he was ready to go. Like if we're talking fight or flight, like he was full fight mode. He was just beating Bobby and doing a great job. Like he could just be like, man, this is not my job. I don't get paid enough. He's only stealing $800, but this fool like sacrificed his life for $800. So R.I.P. to that security guard. Shouts out to him. Like, he went crazy. He was a big guy too. He was like 350, and he was putting up a good fight. I mean, you would be strong if you're big like that, but like he didn't even seem to get winded. So I don't know. I thought that security guard, just like the fact that he just jumped into action like that was, you know, was pretty darn neat. I don't know, pretty darn interesting. And then the last point that I have here is that, you know, this movie compared to you know, a few of Larry Clark's other movies, this movie surprisingly had somewhat of a happy ending. So, you know, movies like Kids and Bully, they have some 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 extremely kind of sad, like downer endings to them. This movie, even though like a lot of effed up stuff happened, um, it was kind of a happy ending. Like stuff kind of worked out. So I thought that was kind of refreshing and kind of a nice change of pace. And to be honest, I could not have, like, that would have been hard to deal with the downer ending after some of the stuff that happened in the third act. There was like some stuff happened to like really messed up stuff happened to Bobby's girlfriend Rosie. Like she pretty much you know, she passed away, and he found her, and it was very sad. And just some of the stuff with the crime and the violence towards the end, like, you know, people were just dying left and right, and it was just like senseless violence. So the movie was shocking and dark, especially towards the end. So I'm glad that it didn't have like a typical like Hollywood happy ending, but it didn't have a, like, basically Bobby was able to get away because Mel towards the end, he did want to kill Bobby, but Bobby was able to get away, and I like that because he kind of got, like, I feel like he kind of got a taste of the life, but like, you know, maybe after the movie ended, you know, not saying like the actor, but I'm just like thinking in my head like the character, like, you know, maybe after the events of the movie, he kind of got his stuff together, and he's like, you know what, that was such a shocking experience. Like, I'm gonna get my stuff together. This is not the life for me. So yeah, like I thought that was kind of interesting that this movie had somewhat of a happy ending, because it's, you know, we don't usually see that. Usually in Larry Clark movies, you get more of a downer ending. So that was kind of shocking to me and a nice little change of pace. But that's the last point that I had. So I'm gonna get into my little recommendation, and then I'm gonna head out. So, like I said, I thought this movie was really good. I was a huge fan of it. So I would absolutely recommend it. Uh, Basically, it's free on Tubi until the end of June. So try to watch it before it leaves in July. But if not, I believe the whole movie is free on YouTube as well. So yeah, just, if you can find a way to watch this movie, I think it's a great watch. It's a fantastic time, super engaging. I was invested throughout the whole movie. So yeah, definitely check out Another Day in Paradise. It's a fantastic movie. I mean, what more can I say? So yeah, that's my little that was my little recommendation, and that has been my review of Another Day in Paradise. Thank you all very much for watching, and peace out.